What is IDE? So the full form of IDE is Integrated Development Environment. So as the word says, integrated means it is a combination of several things. So those things are code editor, compiler and interpreter, and debugger. So the code editors help you to write your code. It gives you an interface to write the code cleanly, neatly. Compiler and interpreter, as we all know, converts the code into machine readable language. That's the use of compiler and interpreter. There's a very slight difference between the both, which it is not very much important. Then we have debugger. So whenever we write the code, it is very important for us to ensure that the code is executed properly. So it helps us to find the errors. Debugger helps us to find the errors and correct them. All this is done in a graphical user interface. So you must be wondering, what is graphical user interface? It is nothing. It's just a way of presenting things that is very much easy for us to interact with or use. So that is all GUI, graphical user interface, is. Next up, we have differences between IDE and notepad. So notepad is also something that we use to write the code. So what is the basic difference between the both is, well, IDE runs the entire file. It gives us the output of the entire file, while notepad runs it cell by cell. I'll show you the demo to make you understand it clearly. IDE is good for the professionals because they have a good knowledge about the language. For the beginners, I would also recommend using Jupyter or notepads basically. And some examples are VS Code and Thorny for IDE and Jupyter, and Google Colabs for notepad. Google Colabs is web-based notepad. This right here is Spider. It is an IDE to write Python code. So on the left hand side, I've written the code. It's a very basic code. You don't have to understand it right now. I've executed it. So it is asking me to enter an year on the right hand side bottom. So let me enter like 2010. And it has given me an output that it is not a leap year. It has run the entire file. I've written small code only. I've pasted the same code in Jupyter, which is a notebook. So as I'm going to run it, it is going to produce the same output. But what is the difference? Let me show you. I'm writing a small code in another cell. As you see, there are two cells, the two different color cells. I'm running the second cell. It would not give me the output of the first cell because each cell gives its individual output. Thank you for watching. See you soon.